All right, guys. So there is a rumor going on that college football is going to expand its playoff. So let me ask you guys, way or no way, a 12-team playoff in college football will solve all championship controversies.
Yes, it will. I have been begging and pleading and asking and dying for this for so long. I am so tired of seeing Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State, and then either Georgia, Notre Dame, or Washington every year in the college football playoffs. I am tired of it. I want to see teams like UCF. If you go undefeated, by God, you should get a shot at the title. I think 100% you should. If you're beating teams that are in your conference as bad as Alabama would have, or as bad as Clemson or Ohio State would have, if you're beating them just as bad as those big powerhouses would have, you deserve a shot at it. UCF is going to win the national championship. I'm calling it now.
Shut your mouth.
You heard it here. It's happening. Thank you. That is all. Mic drop.
By golly, that does not fix anything because
by golly,
my grandpa used to say that all the time. By golly, that and then he says some SOB words. But first of all, 12 teams is way too much, Wyatt. I mean, so what?
Nope.
Yes, so
I want 16.
I
want 16.
That's even more asinine. I mean, if you want to be flat out honest, 8 is the magic number because if you look at the college brackets year in and year out, basically after that 5th or 6th team, it drops way down. You get your Cincinnati's and your UCFs and all those crap schools that if they want to, be a powerful team and win the national championship, join a Power 5 conference. The SEC would love to have you. The Big 12 would love to have you. The reason why they're going undefeated because they're playing the Indiana School of the Blind 3 times a season. It's just 12 teams is way too much. Leave it at 4. I mean, and then if you want to get a hairy ass, go to 8. Go to 8. 12 is way too much right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Way here. I think it will solve all the controversies because you'll get 12 teams in.
Yes.
There won't be that
So
thing.
when do you stop?
But Wyatt, I will say this, Wyatt. I will say this. I don't want to hear you whining about, I'm tired of hearing Alabama and Ohio State and all these teams in the college football playoff. I come from a time where we only got a college football championship after they voted on who got to win it.
Facts.
They didn't even get to play a game. They voted on who got to win it.
I apologize
You know how many
about
times
that.
Notre Dame got screwed out of a national championship?
No, hold on.
of
No,
votes?
they would have lost to Clemson by 48 points in the national championship game. Let's go ahead and solve that now. That's what they do every year.
Back in 1992, when
Way back when we used to chase our kids around with
Notre
sticks.
Dame beat Florida State, gave Florida State its only loss, and they beat them handily. The following week, Notre Dame lost by a field goal to Boston College. Notre Dame and Florida State were the only 2 one-loss teams in the nation. They lost by a field goal to Boston College, but blew out Florida State. Florida State got voted as a national title.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Hey, that's
Absolute
ridiculous.
garbage.
That should have never happened.
You're
But
right.
you know
it
what?
never should have happened.
14
I do
playoffs
think
should
that
never
the
happen either.
12-team playoff. I think the 12-team playoff. I do like the idea of 8, but I'm okay with 12.
I want 32.
I do.
Give me
I
more
want-
football.
Get-
Give me more
stop
football.
it.
Give me more football.
Well,
I'll take it.
So
Give me 64 teams in the college football playoffs.
Why you can't do a
Bring on
March
more
Madness
football.
type bracket with college football because they only
I'd
play
love it.
one game a week.
Hey, give me more football. I'll take it anytime I can get it. I don't care. If we got to have a 10-week tournament for the college football playoffs, I would love it. You know what that means, boys? That means more football. And you know what I love?
Student
football
athletes.
and more football.
Student
Do
athletes.
you hold on now? Do you really think that the top athletes in the nation actually do work at their school? Let's take a second
Yes.
here. Lamar Jackson literally
I
came
don't
out and
know.
said his
why don't
Heisman
we
year.
ask-
Lamar
Why
Jackson
don't we
literally
ask
came out
you
and
in
said his
6 months,
Heisman year.
Wyatt?
Well, I'm not going to be a college athlete, so
But
we
I
can't
know,
ask
but
me.
you're a great athlete. I mean, you did start over Zen, who's going to tear stuff up at Ohio State.
Well, I'm
you'd
still
like to remind
waiting
us
on
about
that
all
call
the
from.
time.
I'm still waiting on that call from Ryan Day. When he gives it, I'll tell you what. I will report to Columbus that very next day
And get trampled.
and get trampled. Yeah.
Why it would be winded putting on the shoulder pads.
I need help tying my shoes.
Moving on.
I can't.
So
Do they have
why-
cleaning ladies at Ohio State?
No. Why? Let me ask you this question legitimately. Like, this is being
Yeah.
flat out honest. Right now, we have 4 teams, and and I believe it's the Notre Dame's AD that is participating, or however you say that word.
Petitioning.
He's bringing ADs in to get this 12 team playoff. Like, at what point do you say this is it? This is the magic number. Is it 8, 12, 16, 32, 24? What is the magic number?
I mean, honestly, I was just joking about 32 because I know you could never play a serious football tournament with 32 teams. That you genuinely could do that. I mean, you could
that's
do
only
it.
4 games. I mean, that's your conference championship.
How is that only 4 games, Buck?
32.
You go from 32 to 16.
8, 4. Okay, 5 games. I'm sorry. So.
Oh, you're saying a team only has to play that many games?
right? Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
So
That's a lot.
if you want to think about that realistically, right now to win the national championship, you're playing 3 games. You're playing your conference championship game, the semifinals, and then the championship game.
Buck, are you
what is
advocating
2
for
more
a
games?
32-team playoff right now?
are you advocating for this right now? You're
I'm
fighting
just
for it.
saying. I'm just saying it is possible to do that if you really
No,
wanted to.
it's
do
absolutely
that.
possible if you
can,
wanted to.
You can
It's
cut
just
out
like-
Alabama playing Citadel and South Alabama.
Sure,
right,
sure.
right there. Your 2 extra games.
Chattanooga,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
No,
then they
but-
wouldn't go undefeated and get in the playoff
I
every
just-
year.
I
True.
just don't like it that, and I think this kind of, and I'll use Ohio State from a couple of years ago example. I don't like the fact that if a team has 1 loss, you can pretty much write yourself out of the college football playoffs.
Right.
If you have unless if your 1 loss comes at the beginning
That's
of
not
the year,
true. That's not true at all. Lots of
Ohio
one-loss
State
teams have
lost
gotten
to
into the playoffs.
Ohio State lost to Purdue a couple of years ago.
I don't want to hear
and-
any crying about Ohio State after they changed the rules just so they could get into the
did
college
not
football
change-
playoffs this
no,
year.
no,
they
no.
didn't change the rules. They didn't change the rules, Wyatt.
Combs,
Did they beat
or-
Did they beat Indiana? Did they beat Indiana? That is all. That is all I
Wyatt,
have to say.
Why?
Wyatt,
They
hold-
beat
hold
a
up.
team that
Did
wanted
they
to
play
get
enough games to qualify to play
have
in
played
the
6
in
games,
their
they played
conference
5.
title?
They went all the way to the national championship.
Did
You
they
can't tell me they didn't
play-
deserve. I
Did
thought
they
we
play
moved past
enough?
this.
We
Did
haven't.
they play
still got
enough
fucked.
games to qualify for their conference championship?
Yes. When
No,
they
they
beat
did not.
Clemson. When they beat Clemson, that's when I knew they deserved to be there.
qualify play enough games to qualify for their conference championship?
Yes, they did because they played
They did
Northwestern.
not.
Yeah, they did.
No, they're not. They played
They did
5
not.
games. You needed 6.
They still played, though,
No,
so they had to have qualified.
They did not. The answer is no, and you know it's no. Moving on, Buck. Let's go.
Let's circle back around. Was like give me a serious answer. Like, what is the magic number that you think it is?
I mean, I think it depends on what 12 looks like. I think we kind of just go as we. If I had to guess, honestly,
You're just
they'll
gonna keep
probably
going?
expand. No, I mean, if I had to guess, they'll probably expand to 16. Will probably be the magic number. 12
I
might be.
think
It'll be somewhere
8
between
is.
12 and 16.
that there is such a big drop off from the 5th to the 6th seed.
I want 11. I want to see 11 teams.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
11.